Welcome to the Michael Artsis Show. I'm Michael Artsis. You are the Terrifics. You make Be Terrific special. Thanks so much for joining us at Be Terrific TV on all social media. I'm really excited today. Really excited. We do a lot of fun stuff here at Be Terrific. We talk to a lot of great guests, but I've got a guest who has got some really cool products. He's an inventor, but it's beyond that. We kind of relate on a different level. You'll find out more in just a moment, but I want to introduce our guest today. HowieInvent.com is the website. Howie Busch, thank you so much for joining us. You invent products, you create products, you're an entrepreneur, and in addition, you also help young entrepreneurs and young inventors kind of come up.
That's true. Not necessarily young. I got some old clients also, but students, clients. I try and help people. Learn the process. Yes, absolutely.
All right, it's pretty cool. So here. Things that you've put together. You have a lot of other things that are in the process that I've seen that are amazing that really, aren't ready for us to bring on air. So we'll do that at another point. But how did you get into inventing? I mean, you're a Long Island guy. You're in business. You're doing a lot of cool things. You had a company doing, representation of celebrities, athletes, and on-air talent. And you sold that company. And then you did all sorts of stuff, right? And you were very involved in the World Series of Poker and building that brand. And then you became an inventor. And a little bit later in life, and I don't mean it like you're old, but you didn't.
I am old.
But you didn't start at 20 being an inventor, as far as I know.
Right, that's true. You know what? I've always had ideas. My friends in college called me the Idea Man. I don't know if you remember the movie Night Shift.
Yeah, sure.
Billy Blazejowski, Billy Blaze. I even named my company after it. He was an idea man. Remember, feed mayonnaise to the tuna, edible paper. He had all these crazy ideas. That was me. I was that guy. But I never did anything about it. I didn't know what to do. And then like 4 or 5 years ago, I decided to start doing stuff about it. And the first one...
Don't tell me the first one yet. Hold on.
Yes.
So I feel like I'm an idea guy too, right? I'm always like, oh, we could do this better by doing this, or maybe we need this product. Right. And I've probably come up with a lot of ideas, maybe 100 ideas. Never done anything with any of them. I've gotten marginally close to doing something on some of them, and I'll tell you a little bit about them later. Well, you already kind of know, but I'll tell the Terrifics. But my thing is that, I think that in reality, it's really hard to go from like I have 100 ideas to I have one idea that I'm going to run with to I'm actually producing that one idea.
Yeah, you know what? You have to kind of pick one and go with it and kind of commit to the process, and it depends what you're doing. There's a lot of ways to get to market. So there's, creating a product and then going and trying to manufacture it yourself, and then you have to do everything. You have to do the sales, you have to do the manufacturing, the bringing it in, the warehousing, the inventory, all that stuff you have to do. So that's one way. If you have an idea and a product, that's what most people do. I didn't want to do that, and what I started to do was actually come up with the idea, get it to a point, and then license it to somebody who has that expertise. All
right, I want to go into all this, but just on the fact that you have an idea and you make a prototype, how do you, again, do you have to have a lot of money to do that? Do you have to have, how do you do it? And how do you do it like at your point in life when you're on this trajectory running businesses?
There's a lot of ways to do it, and a lot of it depends on the product. How
do you go from being Howie, this business guy, to going, you know what? I'd like to make one of these products that I have an idea for, and I'm either going to license it or I'm going to...
Well, the first one, the way I came... I'll tell you the first one, the way I came to it was...
So this is the first one.
That's the first one, and it looks... You don't know what it is until you know what it is. So a friend of mine and I decided we were going to do something together. I had been in the sports world, as you said, as an agent, NFL agent, and I had a marketing side to my company touching all the sports. My friend was in the sports business as well, and he had relationships at all the teams. And we said, let's do something together. And we decided we were going to create a good luck product for your favorite sports team. What fan doesn't want to bring their favorite team good luck?
Right.
So this was the first product we came up with. We called it, they're a rabbit's feet, right?
Yeah, this is a rat tail?
It's not a rat tail, that's not good luck, but a foxtail is good luck.
A foxtail.
So we call these lucky tails.
And these aren't made out of real foxtails.
Correct. No, we had something on there that says no fake foxes were injured in the making of these.
I like it.
But the whole point of it was you can put it on your backpack, you can put it in your room. and we gave them out in stadiums. We actually did something at Syracuse where we gave them out to 5,000 fans.
The Orange Men.
And it's waving it around.
So this is the terrible towel,
it.
but the new idea on the terrible
That's
towel.
what it was.
Right.
And what we did was we spent money to do it, and we started to venture it, like do it on our own. But we said, let's license this because we don't have the licenses. We don't want to go out and start getting licenses. So this was the product we created. We made mistakes along the way. We paid too much for prototypes. We didn't need certain things in terms of trademarks that we got necessarily. I've learned a lot through my journey through all my different products of how to do it. You asked, what's the cost? And it certainly depends on the type of product.
Well, like a product like this, you talk about you overpaid for a prototype. I would be willing to say that a prototype could cost as much for this as a $500. Is that realistic, or is
that is realistic? I don't remember exactly what we
Yeah.
paid for that one specifically, but I didn't need to pay that much for that,
Right.
frankly. I did. And I don't remember. It may have even been more because we got more than one.
Sure.
But it
no, I
definitely
meant 500
wasn't
per, possibly.
Yeah, but it wasn't exactly that. But something like that. It was
Right.
close enough, and that's way more than you need to. I was new at it, but
Yeah.
you know what? I believe also in action, and so you're gonna make mistakes along the way, but it's better than just trying to wait for perfect, because that's never going to happen.
Right, right. So, all right. So you maybe spent too much on this, but you get a prototype, and then what do you do with it? You take it to the licensing company and say, hey. But how do you protect it so that they don't say, oh, well, we can make that. We don't need you.
That's a great question. So in this case, we got trademarks.
Yeah.
This is not patentable.
I don't think so.
We didn't. Right. It exists already. So there's not much we could do. We got trademarks, and the way you get protected is we went to like CLC is like the NFL properties of many of the colleges.
Sure.
Knew somebody there. Had them kind of walk us into a couple of places that they do business with who were reputable. And so we ended up licensing this to a company. We were going to do nothing really. It was going to be theirs, and they would just pay us a royalty. So we would have no inventory risk, none of that. And we didn't have to go out and try and pay thousands and thousands of dollars and give guarantees to leagues that we didn't want to give.
Right.
And for this one, we did okay for a little bit. But at the end of the day, it wasn't really the right licensee that we went with. So this one didn't really go as well as we thought.
But it's also your first one.
First one, and we anticipated going a lot broader and not just having. We were going to be all sorts of good luck products for your favorite teams.
Sure.
That was the goal. And what we learned from CLC and NFL and other companies like that is it's very hard to get a license on this, and let's just say the next one is a T-shirt, and the next one is a plastic thing. Well, they give licenses to specific companies for those specific categories. So for us to try and license to each individual one was going to be difficult.
Right.
So it wasn't exactly the best one to start with,
Sure.
but we did.
Right, but a lot of lessons learned there.